I'm doing this video to really discuss what this really needs to come down to, man. I mean, this is really where the rubber meets the road, and we really need to start firing back on these cops with guns when they attempt to abduct and enslave us. I guess I should say when Gestapo tries to, or when criminals try to abduct and enslave us. We don't need to go down in history as a nation of cowards. You know, it's that's the way it's looking. You know, that's the way it's looking right now. You know, we look like a bunch of yellow-bellied cowards in this country, and I find it to be offensive, frankly. Sorry, my computer just started acting real crazy now that I'm making this video. It's changing backgrounds and stuff, trying to distract me. It's normal. I mean, I tell people this kind of stuff and like, why are you telling me this? That's weird, you know, like, because I have to tell them, like, people come over my speakers in my room and start talking to me in my room, and you know, it never ends, you know, and they always make it difficult, and they'll do it in any way that you can't see, but I'm going through it. You know, maybe the screen starts making all kind of different stuff happen, and just they'll do it all. So, but anyways, you know, putting people in the room next to me, screaming through my walls, telling me what I'm emailing. You know, people come over, having a conversation. Oh, golly. Anyways, you know, we really do. We do look like a bunch of cowards, and frankly, I'm tired of it. And I don't know how much longer I can put up with it. I'm at the point where I'm just gonna flip a coin, you know. You know, because that assuming prick nobody needs to be put in his place. I mean, I tried to tell the last cop, you know, I showed him all the paperwork. I said, look, that's as he said, I want to get you out of your car and I want to look through and I can see if I can find drugs or something. And I said, look, here's the numbers right here. You can look in the description if you want. But I said, look, here's the numbers and everything like that. Just understand that that's enslavement and mass murder is what you're talking about. Is doing that. So you're going to enslave me over mass murder. I'm talking 4 pages of statistics. Okay? Google Tech Talks, MSNBC, CNN, Albert Einstein, Abraham Lincoln, you know, just on and on. Like, really overstating the case. I mean, we're talking about a plant. We're talking about what I'm doing in the privacy of my house. We're talking about my life. I'm an adult. What I'm doing to me. Okay? None of your business. Okay? Not a hard thing to figure out. Okay? And, you know, it's just, and you would think that it was a hard thing to figure out. I mean, as I'm showing him like 4 pages of statistics, and I'm like, dude, here's 4 pages of statistics that proves that what you're doing is enslavement and mass murder. And he goes, my question is, why are you carrying that around in your car? And then the other guy starts laughing, like as if he just made a point. You know what I mean? And that right there could just be a snapshot, just what it is to be an American. You know? Just snapshot that right there. I'm holding facts. You're saying there's something wrong with you, and everybody starts laughing like he just made a point that was very strong. So strong as to be humorous. That right there could just be a snapshot of just life in America. Seriously, just up is down, down is up, the sky is red. Ha 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 if you said it's blue, and we're all actually going to laugh. Like an unnatural, just spontaneously just laughing, just couldn't, you know, just... And, you know, and I'm like, and just to get him to rebuttal, just because really I had to, and said, you know, I said, we have more people in prison than China, which it isn't even prison, it's a gulag actually, because it's not imprisonment, it's enslavement. So call a spade, it is what it is, it's enslavement. So we'll just call it more people held in captivity than China. So I said, we have more people held in captivity than China, wouldn't I? Just wouldn't I? You know what I mean? I mean, just in case, you know what I mean? I mean, if it's that normal to enslave people, wouldn't I? And so he said, yeah, that's crazy, get back there. And then still proceeded to look for a reason to enslave me. And had he actually tried to enslave me, that's like I'm saying, I should have just been back there, just taken a quarter out of my pocket and flipped it. Like, if it's heads, we're going to have us a gun battle out here. You know what I mean? And, I mean, you were really pretty assuming, you know what I mean, thinking that you could just enslave me on the side of the road and that I would just go quietly into the night, especially in Oklahoma. Because I tell you what, you probably will get shot trying to mess around with me in Oklahoma over some marijuana, because it's going to be a felony the next time I'm caught with it. I've already been charged with felonies. They tried to send me to prison 3 years last time, or 6 months in a rehab, and I told them to stick it where the sun doesn't shine, and they backed off and gave me like 3 months probation, and then I just quit sending in the money, and now I've got warrants in Oklahoma. And for felony drugs or whatever, and it's not like Texas even cares, half the time they'll let you go for pot in Texas. And if you don't, then you're probably going to spend a couple days in jail and it's going to be over with, or you may not even see jail. It just depends. It's a citable offense if it's less than an ounce. So, it's I mean, up there, man, it just feels like an opportunity. You know what I mean? It almost just feels like an opportunity gone to waste to not really stand up and show what the best of humanity is about. You know what I mean? Like, this is what the best of humanity is about. It's about standing up right now and dying a bloody mess right here in a gun battle with you, and maybe I can bust your head open and shoot you right between the eyes for trying to enslave me. I mean, imagine what that dash cam footage is going to look like. I'm like, here's 4 pages of statistics showing that what you're doing is slavery and mass murder from all mainline sources. And the guy proceeds to enslave and go on down that road with enslavement and mass murder. And then you say, well, hey, buddy, you know what? We're going to have us a gun battle. You know what I mean? And look, history will show you for what you were, and history will show me for what I was. I mean, I'm happy with that. Are you? No, you're really not. And when you get to the other side, it's going to be hard to plead your case to the final judgment. I mean, seriously, if you believe in that, even Albert Einstein was forced to exercise some doublethink on the matter. Confronted by a priest on the fact that the universe was expanding because of what was it? Redshift, the discovery of redshift through Hubble, that all galaxies are moving away from each other, so therefore, and so he basically said, I don't even want to go into it, but the point of the story is that he contradicted himself and eventually became a Jew, and that's fine. I mean, Jesus was a Jew, but at that point, that's over with, you know what I mean? And now it's time to quit being narcissistic. But no, I'm not going to judge them. They're just incredibly misled. I mean, but anyways, that's not the point. You know what I mean? I don't even think that faith is the final arbiter of where you're going in the afterlife. I really don't. Even Jesus Christ said that love is above faith. So I mean, look at what Albert Einstein did in his life. He gets to the other side, and God's like, love is above faith. What did you do in life? You know what I mean? And he's like, well, I stood up for what was right. And he's like, yeah, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? But you got all these other people that They could give a rat's ass, you know, and man, you ought to see my life as just a running joke. You know what I mean? I mean, just the stuff I see, like, I mean, like, that's why I'm so pissed off right. I mean, I'm trying not to show it, but I'm so pissed off right now. I'm so fucking pissed. You know, it's like I sign into YouTube with my new username, talking about life, and within 2 days you can no longer sign into YouTube with a username. So, because I guess I'm gonna forget that I had a memorable username on YouTube, or you know, oh, it's a joke. It's a joke. So, anyways, and just the endeavoring, just the snot-nosed endeavoring has just reached such a climatic point. It's like ignoring it is almost fucking impossible. This whole video, I can just feel myself just beating up with sweat from just the rage that I'm suppressing right now. It's just unbelievable to just sit here and have this go on while I'm talking to you right now, too. And just, oh, you just wouldn't believe. I mean, it's like I got the nuclear. It's like I'm actually known, and I'm not. That's what's really trippy at, is like, it's like people know who I am or even hear what I have to say. They don't. And you would think that they do. But see, that's the snot-nosed endeavoring that I'm talking about. That's the neurotic endeavoring. I mean, it's past narcissism, now we're going neurotic. I'm talking about the real definition of the word, neurotic. Not, you know, that you're obsessed with something. That's not what neurotic means. But either ways, you know, anyways, it is. I mean, it's way past, I mean, you are mentally ill, you know what I mean? And confronting, like, your illness is deeply troubling for me, because I have to go down that road and, like, try to figure out what's wrong with you, and really, there's no figuring it out, you know? There's just not. I mean, really, I mean, you're fucked up. That's what it is, you know? I mean, let's get down to the brass tacks on the deal. You're fucked up, you know? And there's not anything that's going to figure you out completely. You are neurotic. That's about as close as it can be gotten to. You live in another world. You live in a fantasy world. It doesn't really exist, you know? You do things that have no real meaning or bearing on reality at all, and you pretend that they do, like you're fighting somebody, and there is no enemy, you know, except for yourself. You know, I mean, just listen to what I'm saying right now. I mean, doesn't that sound crazy? I mean, can we establish that that sounds crazy? I mean, let's get to the road of accepting that that's you down the road, but maybe just, doesn't that sound crazy? You know, okay, well, you know. But see, that was too complicated. Because not only are they mentally ill, they're also little dim-witted. You know what I mean? To put it mildly. Try not to be too mean, but, you know. I mean, even the Bible uses the word stupid. I mean, you know, you're just not smart. You know? But anyways, I mean, it's difficult to explain things to people that aren't smart, and you're never going to. And how the society's gotten as far as it has, I have no idea. I don't. And so, you know, it's just just a barrage of stupidity. Okay. And so I think that I've made my point. You know, talking about firing back on police. You know. Or criminals, you know what I mean? Any criminal who tries to enslave and abduct and enslave you, you ought to return with gunfire. I had a guy tell me one time in jail, he said they arrested me for drugs and anyways, I'm done.